Hello friends, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to study a tiger in the zoo. So let's start. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet, quiet in his quiet reach. Words meanings are stalks means follows, vivid means bright colored, pads means paws of tiger, rage means anger. So here the poet says that the tiger that is confined in the zoo moves around in the cage under his bright colored skin. He further says that the tiger can take only a few steps because the cage is small and it is not easy to move in it. One cannot hear his footsteps because he has very soft feet, like velvet, because of which there is no sound of tiger's footsteps. The tiger tries to control his anger by quietly walking in the limited area of his cage. He is angry because he is not free. Literary devices are rhyme scheme is ABCB and that is cage and rage. And personification is the tiger is personified because the poet refers him as he. And metaphor is tiger's paws are compared with velvet, pads of velvet. Enjambment means sentence is continuing to next line without any punctuation mark, and imagery means poet tries to create an image about the tiger. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage, and consonance means use of S sound in stalks his stripes. Assonance means use of vowel sound, the I, in his vivid strips, and oxymoron is use of adjective opposites in meaning quite rage. Let's see the second stanza. That is, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water hole where the plump deer pass. Lurking means to be hidden as to wait for your prey. Let's see the explanation. The poet says that if this tiger was free, he would have hid himself behind the long grass near the water bodies so that he could easily catch a deer in order to have it as its food. Basically, the poet wants to say that the actual life of a tiger is to live in jungle where he could catch his prey and eat it, but the tiger in the cage cannot do so. Literary devices are rhymes. A rhyme scheme is the ABCB, and that is grass and pass. Enjambment is the line continues to the next line without punctuation marks, as told earlier, sliding through to till deer pass. Alliteration means use of sound P at the start of two words, that is plump and pass. Alliteration means basically the repetition. So if any like here it is plum pass and here it was where is the alliteration? Alliteration. So like here there is no alliteration. So basically the repetition is the word which is used for alliteration. And the imagery is the poet has tried to create an image of tiger's activities lurking in shadow. Let's see the next stanza. He should be snarling around the houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Word meanings are snarling means warning sounds made by animals, bearing means uncovered, fangs mean sharp tooth of animals. And let's see the explanation. The poet says that if the tiger would have been free, he would have snarled around the houses located at the outskirts of the forest. He would terrorize people with his sharp tooth and claws. This would create fear among people living in the villages. Let's see the literary devices. Rhyme scheme is ABCB, and that is edge and village. And enjambment means line continues to the next line without punctuation marks. This is also the same in the second two stanzas. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. Onomatopoeia is the using of words which denote sound, that is snarling. Assonance means use of vowel sound O or I should around houses, bearing his white his. Consonance means use of consonant sound S, his fangs, his claws. Let's see the next stanza. It is but he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars. stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Concrete means building made of bricks, cement, sand, and water. Let's see the explanation. Now the poet comes to the reality of the tiger that is inside the cage. He says that the tiger is confined in a strong cell which is made of strong building material. He further says that as the tiger is behind bars, so his ferociousness is also behind the bars. He just talks in the cage. He never tries to terrorize the visitor because his power is restricted by the cage. Therefore, he never tries to terrorize the visitors as he cannot attack. Let's see the literary devices. Rhyme scheme is ABCB and rhyme scheme is followed as bars and visitors. Personification means a tiger is personified because the poet refers him as he. Assonance is the use of vowel sound E. E locked concrete cell. Consonance means use of the consonant sound S. And alliteration means use of sound B at the start of the two words, that is behind bars. Let's see the next stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Word meanings are patrolling means to guard, to vigil. Let's see the explanation. The poet says that in the night the tiger hears the sound of the patrolling cars. Patrolling cars are the vehicles of police which are used to guard at night. So in the night the tiger hears the sound of these cars. He then stares at the shining stars with his shining eyes. The poet wants to say that the tiger is sad and as he is confined in the cage so he cannot do anything. Therefore he stares at the stars in the night and tries to divert his thoughts towards them. The trade devices are rhyme scheme is ABCB and rhyme scheme is followed as cars and stars. Enjambment means line 3 continues to line 4 without any punctuation mark and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Alliteration means use of sound H in the starting of the two words, that is he hears. So our poem ends over here. Hope you understand the poem, and if you have any doubts or if you have any suggestion, can you can mention in the description box and sorry description box in the comment box. And if you want the assignments, and hope you know about the assignments, as is in every chapter we have assignments. So if you want, you can refer to the description box. And thank you for watching the video. Hope you understand the chapter. Any doubts or suggestions can mention in the comment box. Thank you.